I'm Jay Taylor. I'm the editor of a newsletter called Jay Taylor's Gold, Energy, and Tech Stocks. And I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum. It's January 18th, 2020. And I'm here with Hubert Parent-Bouchard of Radisson Mining. It's a company I started following a number of months ago when I started to realize it had great potential. The company is located in Quebec, and it's exploring, developing, and expanding the O'Brien mine in the past. Thanks for joining me again.
Thank you, Jay. Thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure talking to you as long as you provide good results. And you have been. Actually, be nice to talk to you anytime.
Yeah.
But it's more fun when you're providing good results because I own the stock and it's a recommendation in my newsletter. The O'Brien mine produced around 600,000 ounces or so, average grade a little over 16 grams per ton. Your current resource is somewhat lower than that. But I think, as you explained, it's probably because you're using a lower cutoff now than the old timers would have when the gold price was a lot lower.
Yeah.
So what is your resource now?
We're looking at indicated resource at 9.5 grams per ton for close to 300,000 ounces. And in the inferred category, we have around 145,000 at 7.3 grams per ton. What's interesting is that when we use a higher grade cutoff, we don't lose that many ounces. And when we use a lower grade cutoff, we gain a lot of ounces. So that shows to us that we have a very strong, robust resource that was built on the new model that we've published in 2019, and that generated so many momentum for the company. So we're quite confident in that model, and we are currently using it for the first time to properly target those high-grade lands. And as you mentioned, we've had good results. The first 3 drill holes that we've published below the resource area have all hit high-grade gold mineralization. One of them returned, I think, something like 8 times the average head grade we have in the resource. The other one 2 times. So it's quite encouraging to see that mineralization going at depth and extending at depth.
Yeah, and how much below the old workings have you drilled so far?
Close to 300 meters now below the resource area. The old O'Brien mine went down to 1.1 kilometer. We're playing just beside the mine, and our resource has been identified from surface to 550 meters. We drill a hole at 955 meter, and it returned 8.5 grams over 2 meters. The other hole that we've published at 845 meters returned 66 grams over 4.7 meters. So it's quite encouraging to see those kind of results at depth.
So you explained to me that a large portion of the gold that's been mined in the past has come from a couple of zones. There's a lot of zones that were mined, but there were a couple of them that accounted for the highest grades, most of the gold. You also have, as you just alluded to, you have a new understanding of the structure, and it seems as though you're hitting that structure. Now you know where those high-grade zones are. Do you anticipate being able to come up with grades similar to what were mined in the past? Even, of course, if you have a lower cutoff, it would make a big difference. But what is your goal? What do you hope to accomplish in 2020 with your drill program? Well,
as I have explained, and as you mentioned, 3 of the veins in the old O'Brien return 90% of the production out of 14 veins. So that's very impressive.
Yeah.
And we've been able right now to start targeting those high-grade structures within our resource area. And what we think is that we're in a system of repetitivity, and that the old O'Brien mine main ore chute is not unique, and that we could have at least 2 or 3 on our side of the property. So the potential for our project is well above 1.5 million ounces. It's going to take a very high amount of drilling to get there. Will we get there in 2020 or sometimes later on? We'll see. Our objective for 2020 and the expanded drill program that will be coming up in the next few weeks is to show a standalone project by year end.
Ah, okay.
And given the grades, that we have on site, the infrastructures, the number of mills in the area, and the quality of our asset, we feel that the number of ounces is more in the order of 650, 700,000 ounces for a standalone project.
For a standalone, okay.
So that's a bit of the goal for year end.
Yeah, but you have the option also, of course, with hungry mills in the neighborhood. Somebody might find your project very attractive and might want to take you out. Is that that's an option?
That's an option.
At the right price.
At the right price, yeah.
Oh,
and then the shareholders will have to speak. And we're shareholders as well. We own close to 15% of the company. So
there's some other institutions that own a good chunk of you too, I think, right?
Yeah. We
Quebec
have
institutions.
the Caisse de dépôt is on board, CDEX as well. We have strong institutional support in Toronto with 1832 Asset Management. We have a group in Switzerland named OSIM Precious Metal. They own close to 9% of the company. Mr. Rob McEwen is also a shareholder. He participated to the last 2 rounds of financing with Radisson. So we've got very good support with our shareholders. We're very fortunate.
Of course, you're an underground mine, so some of these underground mines go for many, many years. You don't have to, I mean, you're not going to prove up the extent of this mine. What you need to do is find enough ounces, I guess, to get someone interested or to go to move the project forward towards production, right? So
exactly. So that's the purpose of defining a standalone project by year end, and then we'll just gonna get going, de-risk the asset, but also keep highlighting the exploration potential and keep growing the asset.
Right. So you've got some potential, not at depth as well, I think, and some fill-in areas that potentially, right, between zones.
Yeah. For the program that we're gonna do this year, it's gonna be a mix of infill drill holes and deeper holes below the resource area. So. We want to increase the number of ounces per vertical meter within the resource footprint and show the exploration potential below the resource as well. So it's going to be a mixed bag of everything.
And how well funded are you?
Very well. We have 8.5 million in the bank. We're fully funded for this drill program and more, and fully funded through 2021.
Wow, so, that's good.
The drill results as they come on a monthly basis should have more and more effect on our share price, at least I believe so.
Yeah, so on a monthly basis almost, like just ongoing, we should be treated to some results, hopefully.
Yeah, the rigs are turning 24 hours a day, 7 days.
How many rigs are there?
2 rigs.
2 rigs at
24 hours a day
24/7.
7, yeah.
Wow, good. Well, I really look forward to it. It's to me, it's a lower risk exploration project in the sense of more of a rebuilding confirmation project, isn't it? I mean, it's you're getting high grades, the same kind of grades, and even better than at depth now that you seem to have figured out the structure. So
yeah, and we've hit 3 times out of 3 now at depth. So we can only hope to keep that ratio.
Yeah,
going
absolutely.
Forward, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hubert. It's really good to chat with you again, and I'm really looking forward to keeping up with your story.
Thank you.
As a shareholder, you better come through.
Yeah.
Right. No, I know. You do what you can.
We will.
I believe you will. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.